It's an effort to crack down on foreign meddling.
A bill which would give Canada new, modern tools to combat foreign interference.
That issue has been a political headache for the government and a personal one for other Canadians. Gloria Fung says she has faced death threats for speaking out against the Chinese government.
I have also been constantly warned by anonymous caller not to interfere with the Hong Kong or China issues, even though I'm now a proud Canadian.
She's among those who have pushed for a foreign influence registry.
With this registry, we hope that we can change these circumstances and putting a heavy cost to foreign interference.
Indeed, all the federal parties have called for one.
We must establish a foreign influence registry to identify all the foreign agents that foment disagreement and division.
This plan would require anyone to register if they're exerting political influence for a foreign power, break the rules, and there could be fines, even criminal penalties, with hopes the registry will be up and running before the next election.
We would hope that all of this legislation will be in place.
But the intimidation of those diaspora communities most intensely affected is likely harder to stop.
Most of the pressure that's put on them is put on them by clandestine agents who aren't going to come and tell us that they're doing what they're doing.
Though the legislation deals with other national security concerns too, that part of the plan could be the biggest help to those facing pressure.
It's created new criminal offenses that really are designed to sanction those kinds of transnational repressions, harassment, intimidation, threats of violence, blackmail, coercion, whatever it might be.
So, Catherine, you've looked through this legislation. What else stands out to you?
Well, Adrienne, this plan would make it easier for CSIS to tell the targets of foreign interference what's going on, whether that's a researcher, a business, or a local government. There's also a section changing the rules in the criminal code around sabotage, basically the laws around what happens if you try to interfere with a key piece of infrastructure. This one is particularly interesting because the legislation does say legitimate protest or dissent is okay. Now, the Justice Minister was asked today whether this was aimed at the kind of protest we saw during the convoy, such as blocking a border crossing. He says it's going to very much depend on the specifics of any given situation, but he did emphasize the right to lawful expression and assembly. Adrienne?
All right, Catherine Cullen in Ottawa.